Welcome to Local Perspectives. Today, I had the pleasure of catching up with Miles Dittmar, CEO of an outdoor clothing brand called Beaten Path Co. He just launched a new eco-friendly collection called Heading West. The name is fitting because he and his fiancée Kendall recently relocated from Florida to Colorado. Tune in as we discuss the new collection, adapting to a new terrain and climate, and the beautiful balance of acknowledging challenges graciously while maintaining a positive outlook. The latter has served Miles well, and he's happy to share some insights that have made him the well-adjusted man he is today. This is Local Perspectives. You ready to get started?
I think so.
Woo! About to go down this roller coaster. Miles Dittmar, welcome to Local Perspectives. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is something that I always look forward to, and you definitely give me the energy to do this. So you're one of those people that I haven't known very long, but in the short time that I've known you, you've made a real positive impact. So I'm excited to pick your brain a little bit and just shine a light on you and what you're doing.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to get my brain picked.
Nice. So to get started, you just launched a new collection, Beaten Path Co., your outdoor clothing brand, launched a collection called Heading West. Tell me about the process that went into your recent release.
Yeah, super exciting stuff. I started it in the beginning of April this year, so it's been like 9-ish months in the works, kind of on and off, but it's been a little hard to super focus on it because we headed west. We moved out here from Florida. Basically, the inspiration behind it was a lot of my personality resides within Beaten Path, and I wanted to bring everyone along with me for that. I thought it was only necessary to create a collection that explains what we're doing, inspires everyone in a little way that we're moving out here for a purpose and we're leaving our hometown and everything. So that's really the meaning behind Heading West. The inspiration comes from nature. I say inspired by nature, designed to protect it. So the real focus moving forward this year and years to come is to do as much eco-friendly and as good quality clothing, as much eco-friendly USA made products, everything moving forward as much as possible. It's not as easy as it seems. You can't just Google USA eco-friendly made products. For 5 years I've been doing that. So I finally found a few new manufacturers and got the most eco-friendly clothing so far with this collection, and it'll just get better and better from there. But it's cool. Some of the t-shirts have 4 recycled water bottles in them and all this stuff, and it's really neat. And on top of that, they're my favorite clothing items yet. They're really soft and heavyweight and super neat. But anyways, that's basically it. The inspiration was that we left our friends and family in our hometown. Or my hometown. Kendall's kind of bounced around her whole life, but it was a big part of this year was that we were moving out west and going to a new territory, and we wanted to bring Beaten Path Co. along with us.
Yeah, I love that. It's nice to be able to breathe life and breathe a story into something that's tangible. I'm pumped to get my first item. I just got a notification that it shipped, so otherwise I'd be... Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. I would have been wearing it right now if I could. But I'm stoked to throw it on, and you know how I am. I'll probably do something with it, photo wise.
I can't wait to see that. It should be there soon.
Yeah, no rush at all. It's a busy season for sure. We're recording this toward the end of December. It is the winter solstice right now today.
I know.
Yeah.
It's first day of winter, right?
First day of winter. So says public radio on the way to my oil change earlier.
Yeah. I love all seasons, but I like winter the least. it's neat. It's yeah, the sunset here is wild. My parents and family still live in Florida, and it's around 6 p.m. for you guys, and it's 4-ish or less here because like it hits the mountains, and sometimes it depends if there's like this moisture above the mountains, and if it hits that first, it's basically down at like 3:45 some days. It's ridiculous. So when it's setting for you guys 2 hours later than us, it's setting exactly the same here in Colorado. Trying to get used to that because the day is over at like 4. Over. Yeah.
That's an adjustment. Anyway. That's an adjustment. Yeah. Especially when you think about Florida in the summer getting dark at 8:30. You know, you just feel like you're living more.
I've heard that it gets like in the summer it'll do that here like 9:30 and stuff, but I'm excited for those days.
You'll earn it. You will have deserved it by then, you and Kendall.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps you appreciate like now you appreciate the morning more and stuff. You get to look at the brighter side of a different time of the day.
Right, because it was summer, like late summer, when you and Kendall moved out there to Colorado, right?
Yeah, it was August, September-ish. It was crazy summer for us. Mm-hmm. We were bouncing everywhere and living in a van.
Yeah. So how are you and Kendall adapting to Colorado life? Would you say it's been a little while now? You're in a house and stuff.
Yeah, that's much better. I can't fully speak for Kendall. I think she has its pros and cons with it. This is definitely more of her element than mine, personally. But personally, I love it. It's beautiful. I'm learning a whole new culture, and the people here are very nice, and the Rockies are beautiful. I'm kind of struggling with the no humidity. I would say, like, if you're not like right by the mountains, it's just Kansas, so it's like brown and nothing. So yeah, if you go 5 minutes that way, it's brown and nothing. If you go 5 minutes this way, it's beautiful mountains. So I mean, there's beauty to appreciate on both sides of the equation there. But I grew up in, springs and ocean and tropical plants and bananas in my backyard. Here it's like a miracle to grow something, kind of feels like. But, there's pros and cons of all of it. And I'm excited to learn to ski and snowboard, and the hiking here has been amazing. Like I said, like the people, I think it's kind of generally said that like northern people on average are happier and just, greet you with a smile more than some of that southern culture, it seems like. It depends on where you're at, totally. I think St. Augustine was a gem of Florida that I lived in and you live in. But yeah, it's been interesting. I love it, and I don't see myself, and I don't think we both see ourselves here long term, but it's definitely beautiful and super cool to appreciate short term, and if we do bounce back here in the future, we know where to go. I just went to Estes Park with my family and just blew me away. It's so beautiful out there.
Nice. How far are you from Essex Park?
We're less than an hour, I think. We're in South Fort Collins, and the entrance there is like mid-Loveland, which is the city just south of us. So it's like 15 minutes to get to the entrance, and then 30 to 45 minutes to get up there. And it's beautiful. Something I'm adapting to is like, I don't know if it's normal or not. I think the locals are saying it's kind of a weird season, but there's kind of like drought and stuff going on, so the little amount of water bodies that are here aren't here. It's kind of wild. There's like a little bit of water left in the reservoirs, and the giant river that flows through Estes Park is like a little stream, and there's a few people fly fishing on there. So I mean, it's beautiful to see, and I love that part of life, and I want to go fly fishing too and everything, but it seems wrong, like something's not right. I think the influx of people moving here and everything is, and I've heard like a lot of the farming in eastern Colorado is using all the water here, and I don't know too much of it, so I can't speak on that, but it doesn't seem right now.
Yeah. I really admire and respect how driven you are to make a positive difference and to, with your new collection, just even more so, being a good steward of the environment entrusted to you and entrusted to us. So I want to acknowledge you for that. That means a lot. You also, just listening to what you've just said about your experience in Colorado, I love the balance that you strike between acknowledging the hardships and the challenges. You're there in the winter, first day of winter, right? But you're also excited to snowboard and to ski, and you love the hikes. And then when spring comes, that'll bring new possibilities and opportunities. So if anyone who knows you and anyone who has interacted with your social media, your feed, you are a person who smiles. Like, you're in my phone as Miles Dittmar. You have a brand called Smile Hard. You encourage people to think positively. Have you always been a positive person? Has that been your automatic response, would you say, since childhood, or what can you say about that?
I think like a little bit was integrated. My nickname from everyone was Smiles growing up. I think, I don't know, I can't speak on why exactly they nicknamed me that. Like, my brother's best friend always called me Smiles and stuff, but I think it has almost less to do with my name and more to do with, like, I was always smiling, and I always had this like crooked smile, and I still do sometimes. My teeth kind of shift a certain way, and everyone's just said it's always been a bright crooked smile that like I've always had. And it's just natural to me to have that expression on my face 24/7. But yeah, I mean, I think as far as like positive outlook, I wouldn't say always. There was like times in high school, and of course, like every kid goes through crazy stuff. But yeah, I would say when kind of towards the end of high school and everything, that's when it really started to hit me, like what life is really about, and trying to influence others, like to have a positive mindset on life. And I have like my own personal religious beliefs that kind of tie into that a little bit. But just like every day I do a simple prayer in the shower type of thing, and just remind myself what I'm grateful for, and that throughout my day I do similar things. But if you say you're grateful for the new pair of glasses you bought, and you really acknowledge that and spend like 5 minutes really whining in on that, you're gonna love those glasses a lot more than you would if you weren't gonna. So I always do that type of stuff. I reminded myself what I was grateful for this interview earlier this morning, and just little things. I just try to focus on little things. But yeah, I mean, we all go through pockets of like hardship and tiny spurts of depression and all this stuff. And it actually, to me, getting through that, and you have to have those moments to have the positive outlook on life. You really appreciate stuff more when you go through hard times and stuff. Jonah Hill, right?
Yeah.
He just came out with a new documentary with his like therapist, but there's a cool thing that his therapist was saying is like people come to therapy and all that for answers and positivity and like to fix them, but you have to have these moments of like bad and negativity in your life to like give you that inspiration to fix that and to get through it and to have a better time of your life. You have to go through this. Like, that's what life is about. It's not supposed to be uphill all the time. So just knowing that and like kind of sharing how I've been through that with everyone, I hope kind of helps spread more positivity in doing stuff.
Yeah, well said.
A long answer.
No, thank you. Like, that's long answers are okay, especially when you're talking about something so valuable, because there's an inner epidemic going on right now, with young people, and I think it means a lot to hear a very authentic, candid expression of, yeah, like life is not all easy, you know what I mean? It's never really that way, and I know social media it's a highlight reel, and that's, yeah. I think we all know that, but it still has kind of a funny effect on the psyche of some. So I think it's really good for people. You're 23 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really good for people in your age group and younger, to hear that.
Yeah, totally. And like you're saying, like social media definitely can easily send you in a downhill spiral. So that's why I'm doing what I can on all the platforms to like at least be that 1 out of 5 posts that's like, oh, cool, like I'm glad to see that, and it helps me when I scroll through and I see someone doing the same thing. So trying to share as much positivity and sunshine as possible.
Yeah, 100%. Like you can't get enough of it, and I know it's helped me personally. Like it just brightens my mood and makes me smile too. So I appreciate you for that. So you talked a little bit about your high school years and how, yeah, you know, who hasn't had a difficult time in high school, right? We all have. Even people who seem like they're really like popular and they fit in, they have insecurities that are probably hidden. But if you could give advice to your 17-year-old self now, looking back, what would you say to 17-year-old Smiles?
17-year-old Smiles. That's a interesting time in my life. It's going through a lot. Yeah, that's like that junior year, senior year, developing like you remember those years more. And I feel like once you hit 16, that's when you like really start to create these like milestones. And I think just I'd keep it simple and say like there's just times in high school that I worried about my walk, you know, like my status and like how my backpack looks to others, and make sure like I said the right sentence and talked the right way to certain people because I wanted a certain status, and you're not actually like doing what you want for you, and like being super authentic at that age. Kind of throughout all of high school, I'd say senior year is when you start realizing like, wow, I'm out of here. I need to like figure stuff out and start being myself more and not caring about what others think. But yeah, I think junior year, I would say like join dance, join theater, join, you know, singing, join or anything, like go out for homecoming and prom king and do skits at talent shows and like do more of that and do less of what caring about what others think when you're just walking around and just trying to create like a big persona that's not going to last forever. I like literally remembered like making sure my walk was cool.
Mm-hmm. No, that's so relatable though. Yeah. That's
so
really
weird.
relatable.
Yeah.
There's a self-consciousness that is so consuming, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. And now, like, I can't speak for the popular crowd and everything, but I noticed a lot of the people that did, you know, join dance and theater and whatever, and just watching them grow up through social media, I've gotten to like witness a lot of their success and like happiness. I would say like over the majority of people that cared so much in high school for the most part. And it's all about finding yourself and doing stuff for you. And I think that I would definitely tell my 17-year-old self, like, do it for you. Go do that. And I like grew up, I loved like, I guess I did some improv when I was really younger and all this stuff. And my parents really said I was good at it. They never pushed me to do anything. I had a weird mindset of like every month I changed everything I did. Like I was super into baseball for 1 month, and then like the next month it was like art, and like I would quit baseball, and I got to like experience everything because of that, which was cool. I feel like I'm a little well-rounded in everything, not an expert at everything, but like I know how to do a decent amount of stuff. But I wish I honed in on some stuff a little more, and I used to like jump every month and like go like that, and I still do, but it's more on like a year basis type of thing. I'll have like yearly hobbies, but it was very scattered at the time.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, I would say definitely made you well-rounded, and everybody has their own like experience and pace. Yeah, I love what you said about the high school experience. It reminds me of a really nice expression that I heard once about the difference between fitting in and belonging, and how belonging is so much more of a gift, because like the things that we do and the sacrifices that we make that are damaging to us in order to fit in are kind of saddening, because we kind of lose ourselves and we give up our identity, you know, and who we are. But when you have a sense of belonging, oh my goodness, that's just like a whole different, that's what you want, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, I love you because you're who you are, period. Like, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you really like unlock that feeling when you'll know when it happens if it hasn't happened already. You'll hit certain parts of your life where like you really feel you for you and people love you, and you've been like on a roll of doing you and like you were saying, belonging.
Absolutely. So to shift gears just a little bit, you do live in Colorado now, to the chagrin and sadness of many of us back here in St. Augie, but we're happy for you, of course. You're growing, you're spreading your wings. But now that you've spent some time in St. Augustine, what would you say, how would you describe your perfect St. Augustine day start to finish? Where would you eat? What would you do?
Yeah. There's so many things. It's still my favorite place. I think to the day I die, it would be my favorite city. Let me picture this perfect day. So
that does it for our first installment with Miles. You'll want to come back soon for a deep dive into what his dream day in this ancient city looks, smells, and feels like. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Miles for being such a candid, approachable guest. Part 2 is coming soon. I'm at this ancient city. Definitely say hello and stick around for the latest content. Till next time.